Reefers, we're here today with our brand new tank, Mega Reefzilla. We're going to take you through a 3-part in-depth tour of the tank.
3 parts?
3 parts.
Wow.
So today we're going to have a look at the equipment, everything we put on the tank. Next week will be the fish, and then finally the coral. So over the last 8 months, we've actually changed a lot as reefers. Obviously that had to do with selling a house and then shutting down a tank and then transferring it all into this tank. So we've learnt to be very hands-off on the tank and let it sort of find its own rhythm more instead of trying to update the tank every week and do updates for starters and mess around with how the tank's performing and what the tank's doing. So what we've learnt out of that is we want to try and keep this new setup as simple as possible. So good lights, good flow, good skimming, good filtration, basically. We want to go back to the basics.
Back to basics, which is the best way to reef in our opinion. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having all that equipment, but at the same time, all that equipment just means you're doing stuff to the tank that you don't necessarily have to be doing to the tank every day.
And also it gives you more chances to actually fail. So more equipment means more things can go wrong. Also means that it's harder to diagnose problems with the tank when there's more equipment.
Yeah.
So we want to try and keep this one as simple as possible. And I think hopefully so far it's been working.
So far so good. It's been what, 2.5, nearly 3 months now. So
2.5 months.
Everything's going really, really well. Everything's looking really healthy. All the fish are looking really happy. All the corals looking really happy.
So
it's
far,
obviously working.
It's working. We'll go through now and look at an in-depth view of the tank and show you exactly what we have kept or what we've left out. Okay, here we are, folks. This is Mega Reefzilla. This is the Red Sea Reefer 3XL 900 series. And this is the A model. So the difference with the A model is it has aluminium support supporting the front of the stand. The tank itself is an incredible 2 meters long, which is 79 inches. The tank is 65 centimeters high and wide, which is about 25.5 inches. Its capacity is 900 litres or 240 gallons. The glass itself is extra thick clarity glass with 19mm glass. And then the bottom glass is 22mm. It has 2 return outlets, a generous weir that allows for awesome surface skimming of the water. And looking below, we have a split sump system. We've got half the sump in that cabinet. And going over here, we've got another section of sump. This can actually be disconnected and be used as a separate system if you wish. Okay, let's have a chat about lighting. Have strung up in a Red Sea hanging kit. At the moment, we have one Radeon XR30, and that is a Gen 4. And that's supplemented on the sides by 2 XR15 Gen 5 Pros. At the moment, we do have another XR30 coming. Ours unfortunately had a bit of a drink when we didn't have the lid when we were installing them, and it's off being repaired. So we should have 2 XR30s, 2 XR15s over the top of the tank. We have Frankenstein together a lighting schedule from Ecotech's pre-made schedules. One of them being the ColourPop one, which is what we use to ramp up and ramp down. So about 3 hours of that in the morning, 3 hours of that at night time. That means that we get an incredible blue color on the aquarium. For the remainder of the day, we have the AB Plus schedule, and that AB Plus schedule has been modified to the middle of the day. I've put in an extra 3 hour whiter period. which is what we're showing now. That 3-hour whiter period is the reason why we chose the Pros and not the blue XR15s. Just because it gives a really nice daytime color in the middle of the day. Okay, then we have, currently for water flow, we have 2 Reef Wave 45s. Those are connected together, and then we have a Toonsy pump all by its lonesome down there. That just helps keep the floor a bit cleaner. As you can see, not too clean, but a little bit cleaner. Just helps randomize the flow. Onto the sump. Down here we have the valve that you can control the water volume. In the first chamber we have a lot of biomedia, so we've got bio balls in there. We've also got some bio blocks in the bottom as well. And these 2 lots of media were actually cycled either in our old tank Reefzilla or at Nick's aquarium shop. At the moment we have a mixture of cups and filter socks. At the moment these have not been really dirty, so I'm inclined to actually keep them instead of putting in the Claracy back in here. In the first cup here we have some filter wool and we have a bag of carbon. The other side we have a phosphate remover and some Seachem matrix as well. And then of course we have the 2 filter socks. I took these out the other day to give them a clean after about a month and a half, and they were quite clean, so I don't think there's any reason why we need a Claracy on here at the moment. Down here in our second chamber we have more rock. This is left over from our aquascape. Some of this will be used in upcoming projects like the Red Sea Reefer 250 when we put that back up. And also we've got some there that will be used in the jar reef that's getting set up very soon. In our second sump over here, we have some Chaeto. It has no light. No light whatsoever. And we have our probes for our apex. The chamber behind there is currently empty. All it has in there is 2 heaters. Eventually, one of these 2 chambers will be a frag system. While we're down here, we have our electrical cupboard. As you can see, it's a total pigsty. We have not done anything to this really since we put in a power bar. So that's running all our lights and our reef waves. The rest is going through our Neptune Apex on its side there. But yeah, this is going to be quite the project, and it's going to take a lot of effort to try and sort this out, but I'm sure there'll be a video on that. Okay, when the water comes back around, it goes into our Red Sea skimmer, our Reefer 900. Love this thing. It hardly needs to be cleaned. It's a really good skimmer, and it has my favorite feature. It has a hose that you can empty the head, and then also has a neck cleaner as well. I do find with this model that the neck cleaner is the one that gets all the really chunky skimmate out. It just sticks to that. When you clean it, it just sort of falls back into the froth, bubbles up, and then goes into the cups. We have a return pump down in there. This is a very generic brand, but we are looking forward to upgrading that to an Ecotech pump in the future. As for the doser, at the moment, I'm the doser. It's all manual dosing at the moment because our levels being a new tank, the only thing really being consumed is alk, and it's very fluctuating at the moment. So
I'm doing alk tests every single night of the week, and we're getting pretty consistent results, but we're sort of still working exactly how much we need to dose to keep it where we want to be. So, but it's working.
Yeah, because we're water changing with Red Sea black salt, the alk in that is rather high, so it usually starts the week at around 9.1 TKH, and then we try and keep it between that and between 8.5 and 9.1 for the rest of the week and dose accordingly. So we're anywhere between 5 and 10 mils per day at the moment. All in all though, this aquarium has been a brilliant aquarium that we've had for 2 months now set up. Everything is going gangbusters. I mean, there's been a few SPS that we've lost, but they were probably on their way out anyway. The SPS we do have is starting to encrust and grow quite substantially. We are trying to keep this system quite easy. Yes, we have an apex on there, but at the moment the apex tells me when the ATO needs to be filled. And just keeps an eye on my stats, and we don't really use it much more than that. The only thing that's really automated on this tank, besides the lights and the wave makers, is the Tunzi, and that's through the apex. It just turns it on and off at random periods during the day. But yeah, our goal is to sort of simplify our reefing. That's why I'm not too concerned about putting on the Clarity again. Not concerned about putting on a reactor. Rather just put media in the socks and then in the cups and go from there.
I hope you've enjoyed today's in-depth tour of Reefzilla and all the equipment we have on it.
If you have enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe, and as always, be excellent to each other and keep it salty, everyone. Bye for now.
See you guys.